Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with random reviews from the Overflow room. And that was Finster. She knew the Portagong was coming. Absolutely. Oh, well. What can you do? Cats don't like gongs. It's terrible. They probably would have moved somewhere else if they'd known what was coming. Anyway, wow, lots of Handel. You know, some people keep saying, oh, it's enough Handel. We've only done about, I don't know, 17 or 18 or I don't know how many Handel videos. I mean, there were like 40-something Mozarts. So we got a long way to go. Lots of Haydns and Mahlers and, you know, come on. Have a little fortitude, folks. I'm up here doing these by popular demand, and we have a lot of Handel to get through. Oh my goodness, have we got a lot of Handel to get through. It's going to be so much fun. So let's start with, oh boy, Alessandro. There's a Handel opera nobody cares about. Now there's also Alessandro Severo, which is a pasticcio. That's not this. This is HWV 21, opera in 3 acts. This happens to be an absolutely splendid performance with Max Emanuel Senchich, or Chenchich, or Sensitz, or Senchi, or so, however you pronounce him. Yulia Lezhneva and Karina Govan and Xavier Sabata. And, you know, this is now being made in the days when we have decent countertenors who can actually sing these roles, with Armonia Eterna on period instruments, conducted by George Petru. Really, really fine version here on Decca. You know, you want to give it a listen. You know the plots. It's an opera seria. They're all the same. But you know, everybody's in love with everybody. They're all in disguise and whatnot. But still, the music is Handel. It's beautiful. And wow, some really, really good singing there. So that's fun. That's a keeper. Then we've got, a couple Harnoncourt thingies. All right, first, Theodora. I think we talked about this one already. I've got another copy downstairs in the Overflow room, probably. Because remember, as I mentioned, some of my Handel was here, some was in the barn, some was, you know, where the original Overflow room was, some was in Brooklyn before I moved here to Connecticut and consolidated everything. This has some really fine casting. Roberta Alexander, Jochen Kowalski, Yard Van Ness, Hans-Peter Blokowitz. It's one of the more recent Harnoncourt Handel productions, and one of the better ones, I think, actually. But there are no bad recordings of Theodora. It's kind of amazing, you know, because it's such a wonderful piece and such a sincere piece, and Handel loved it. And, you know, I like all the versions one way or another. My favorite probably is the one with Lorraine Hunt. But, you know, it's awfully nice to have, really. I mean, it's such a beautiful, beautiful work. And then we've got the Ode for St. Cecilia's Day. Oh, my goodness, isn't that fabulous? You know, it's one of those pieces which, you know, it's like I've said before, it's like the Bach Magnificat. If you want a Handel choral work that does everything a Handel choral work or vocal work is supposed to do, but it's not 3 hours long, get this. This has Felicity Palmer and Anthony Rolfe Johnson, excellent soloists. Thank you. The Stockholm Bach Choir and Concentus Musicus, and of course the Ode for St. Cecilia's Day is incredible. I mean, it's all about music about music, and nobody was more music-y, full of music, and ready to write music about music than Handel was. It was amazing. So that's just terrific on well, that's now on Warner. It's on Teldec, technically, but Warner. And we've got this little, look at this. An old friend. Oh, Messiah with Colin Davis. How many of these do I have? I have no idea, but it's several at a minimum. We've got Heather Harper, Helen Watts, John Wakefield, John Shirley Quirk, the London Symphony Orchestra and Chorus. This was like one of the outstanding versions because it was one of the first to use smaller forces. It attempted a more period-appropriate ensemble and approach and succeeded magnificently. I mean, it's absolutely fabulous. Fabulously wonderful. So I mean, it's one of the great messiahs. So there you go. And then something else we've talked about before, which is the upstairs version of the Handel suites. Lots of suites, zillions of suites, 16 of the suckers, with Sviatoslav Richter and Andrei Gavrilov. Now, nobody thinks these are great recordings of the Handel suites. Nobody. Well, very few people. You know, Richter groupies probably do, but they aren't. They're okay. You know, I mean, it's good that they did these things. It really is. It's nice to see, regular pianists play this music, which, as Richard Agar has pointed out, is absolutely fabulous music, and sounds great on a regular piano. Sounds just as great on a regular harpsichord. And these are fine versions. I mean, for regular piano, sort of getting to know the music, if you need to hear a great pianist to do it. But if you want great Handel, you've got to hear them on, first of all, on harpsichords, and second of all, there are now keyboard players like Murray Pariah and whatnot who do these pieces with more idiomatic flair and elegance and gracefulness. Otherwise, when they came out, they were a big deal. But now, not as much as they used to be. But what the heck? You might as well have several copies upstairs, downstairs, and all around the house, just in case you feel like them. So there you have it, a nice, tidy little clump of Handel. Some of it recapitulatory, but it's lovely stuff. It really is. And I have some fantastic things. I'm staring at them that are coming up. So keep on listening, friends. We have so much more to cover. Take care.